What's up guys, Mickle here, and in this video we're going to be covering a topic I am extremely excited about, and that is institutional adoption or major banks adopting the XRP ledger. Guys, this is something a lot of people said was never going to happen. People said banks were never going to use XRP. Ripple was just selling XRP to fund their centralized software operations. Guys, in this video I want to show you that that is completely false, but more importantly talk about at the end of the video how exactly this is going to increase the price of XRP. Guys, people have said forever, it doesn't matter what the announcement is, the price of XRP never moves. Guys, I want to show you what I think is really going to fuel things. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see that. I think you're really going to like it. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who likes the videos and to subscribe to the channel. Guys, these two simple things really do help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content. So guys, I just want to start this video out quick with a very exciting announcement in terms of a validator on the XRP ledger. We actually just got an announcement that a major cryptocurrency service provider in Korea is now running an XRP ledger validator. Now, this is extremely exciting because this service provider specifically works with institutions to onboard XRP ledger solutions to make their businesses run more effectively. Guys, not only is this institutions using the XRP ledger for its full intended use case of utility, but it's the theory of no incentive is the best incentive playing out right in front of our eyes. What we know is on the Bitcoin and the Ethereum networks, validators are rewarded monetarily with the native token to contribute computing power to the network. Now, a lot of people have said forever that you need these monetary incentives to incentivize validation power coming to the network, and essentially that is what makes decentralization. Now guys, what we're seeing on the XRP ledger case is that's not actually true. Companies are actually providing validation power to the network, despite the fact that they're not rewarded, because these companies want to see the XRP ledger remain decentralized, robust, and remain powerful. These big institutions utilize the XRP ledger's public network to build out their own business. They don't have any infrastructure cost of using the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger is a free, decentralized utility anyone can use. But what these institutions are saying is that, hey, we're using these technologies. These technologies are critical to our operation, so we're actually willing to take the cost of a validator into our own hands to make sure this network remains strong and robust. This has always been the theory behind the XRP ledger. The theory that you don't have to have wasteful incentives for people to contribute validation power to the network, like mining or staking. Instead, you can just have a network that works good for these institutions, and these institutions will naturally want to support it because it is critical to their payment stack. What we are seeing is that this is playing out in real time. This is the second major announcement we have seen in the last 2 days regarding this. The other day we saw SBI, and I tweeted out in response to this, I sense a tidal wave coming. Guys, I think more and more institutions are going to start providing these services to the XRP ledger as they start adopting the XRP ledger as a critical payment stack in their infrastructure. It just once again shows that David Schwartz and the people on the XRP ledger team were way ahead of everyone else when it came to designing these networks. Guys, I think this theory is going to win out. It's really cool to see it happening in real time now. I want to move on though and share with you something that I am extremely excited about, and that is actually a clip of the CEO of Uphold talking about major bank institutional adoption of the XRP ledger. Guys, it's one thing to hear these things from Ripple because obviously Ripple is incentivized to kind of say things like this and make these announcements, but it's a completely different story to hear from Uphold. Because Uphold doesn't have any incentive to try to make Ripple sound good. Uphold is its own independent company. But when Uphold is coming out and talking about the bullish announcements that are around the corner for Ripple and the XRP ledger, I think that's something we really need to listen up to. So guys, I want to play you this interview of actually the CEO of Uphold talking about institutional adoption of the XRP ledger by major banks, because I think it's going to get you very excited for what's around the corner. Listen up to this.
And the utility use case for us is incredibly important. And one of the best examples right now is Ripple and its payment network, which is helping big companies move money around the world. And we're one of the nodes in that network that allow them to convert crypto into fiat and then to pay out to banks in some of those corridors.
Wow. Now, Simon, I know you probably can't answer this question, but the audience is going to want me to ask anyway. Are there any names of institutions that you can name drop, or that's all under NDA?
I'm sorry, I can't. But what I can say is there's some very well-known names. So, this is not like a fringe activity. There's some major corporations moving money this way. And I think.
So guys, as you could hear in that clip, Simon McLaughlin understands that there are major announcements pent up and waiting to be announced involving major banks, XRP and Ripple. And guys, this is something we have been talking about a lot in the XRP community, and I think a lot of people are getting very impatient around it. A lot of people have accused Ripple of essentially making this stuff up and it not actually happening. But the reality of the situation is actually that most of these major financial institutions are just extremely conservative. They're not ready to make the announcement yet in the middle of the Ripple SEC case. They're not ready to make the announcement yet without rules and regulations. They fully plan on using this technology. They are already onboarding it, but they don't want anyone to know about it. Guys, this is being confirmed by the CEO of Uphold, someone who is helping these integrations happening and someone who is not incentivized to pump Ripple's business. It is so important to understand that the FUD about this stuff not happening is completely false. It is happening. It's being developed behind the scenes. They just don't want you to know about it. They don't want to pump XRP, pump excitement into the ecosystem until they are ready. And this is further confirmation that that's exactly what's happening. Now, we can even speculate what kind of institutions these might be. Take a look at this. Sandy O'Connor is a Ripple board member currently. She used to work for JP Morgan. She's also on the board of BNY Mellon. So guys, do you think it's just a coincidence that someone like Sandy O'Connor is working at Ripple and BNY Mellon simultaneously, all while we have seen countless documents coming out saying that BNY Mellon is working with Ripple? To me, of course not, right? When Simon McLaughlin is saying that major institutions are onboarding Ripple and the XRP ledger for payment flows in the future, to me it seems obvious that these type of connections are likely what's being built in the background. Now, a lot of people have a really hard time with one thing around this. A lot of people have a hard time with the fact that Ripple isn't directly telling you this is happening. Ripple is not paying media news sites to promote these kinds of things. Ripple is hiding them in the background, and people don't understand why that's happening. Let me explain this to you guys. Ripple is not a retail-focused company. XRP is really designed in Ripple's use cases for institutions. So Ripple doesn't get anything from pumping this to you. All Ripple does by doing that is annoy their customers who don't want these announcements being made public. So Ripple is forced to not tell you about any of this and in fact hide it from you. And most other cryptocurrency products are doing the exact opposite. What we see right here from Truth Labs is most of the major cryptocurrency media news sources literally take payments to promote certain blockchains. We have seen this countless times with Solana. They are pumping their product over these crypto media news sources to retail to pump the token. This is why announcements in other projects cause massive increases in the price, because they pay these media news sources to blast it to retail and essentially funnel them in to pump the price of the token. Ripple is not doing this with XRP. Ripple is building quietly in the background and putting people on the boards of major banking institutions to create long-term utility. Ripple does not care about the price of XRP today or tomorrow. They understand building deep utility for XRP into these institutional networks will ultimately cause a level of demand that retail speculation can't reach. When big institutions start utilizing these networks for their full intended use case, it is going to severely outweigh any retail volume we will ever see. And that's why Ripple is focused on building these things in the background, making happy institutional customers rather than paying media news sources to pump different token news to retail in order to funnel them in for short-term speculation. It is two completely different agendas. It is two completely different goals. But ultimately, I am confident that when these big institutions do step in a big way and are ready to make it public, it's going to be too late to accumulate the XRP token that we have been accumulating before this stuff is made public. I think we're ahead of the game. I think we know a lot of stuff we're not supposed to. I think we have dug up a lot of partnerships people didn't expect us to. And the only way to keep it quiet was to keep it out of the mainstream media news headlines. Guys, I think eventually it's going to find its way there. I think eventually Ripple won't have to keep quiet about all these different things. I think when it goes public, it will be obvious. And I think at that point, most of the investment opportunity might not be there anymore. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.